practicing. Okay. Great summer. Great summer. Hope everybody's having a fantastic summer. It's really wonderful. I wanted to bring the thing to show you all the cuts and edits to the website. It looks so exciting. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause we saw that and everyone's all shopping. Okay. So here's the thing is got this video this morning. I'm like, this is perfect. You guys have to see this video. Okay, this is now, as you're watching this, I want you to have it like soak into your brain and like have it be like one of the things you think of if this happens in your house. This has to do with tension in the home. Cut to the video.
Cut to the video.
Here we go. We're back. Okay, good. So is that not normal? You got to, after the show, you got to go back and watch that again because it's just like mind-boggling. So here's my question for you. Does your house ever look like this? Okay. I thought it was remarkable that like the dog on the bed was holding a grudge. He was like, okay, you think this is over? It ain't over. It ain't over. Right?
We're making dog noises.
It was, I just couldn't. So here's the thing that we want to understand. Bearing a grudge. There was one thing you said. What was it? You said, and another thing, like, right? You're having this argument with somebody, whatever, and she slam door, whatever. And then one comes out, and another thing, right? That's what's going on here. So here's why this is so powerful. If you can envision in your own home, do you ever get like that? Like never, wink, wink, never? Or does somebody like your spouse ever get like that? Wink, wink, right? Never. So here's the thing. When that happens, this is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. There's this stewing. And when you think, that first dog goes and he kind of plops down and the other one kind of is pretending to be okay. The one up on the bed is pretending to be okay. And it took nothing a little, till they were back at it and at each other's throats. So this is kind of like in a nutshell. So if you find in your marriage, you're ever in this place like that where you're just stewing, somewhere in the recesses of your mind, picture those two dogs barking at each other and think, is that me? Really? Is that where I'm going with this? Is that where I'm going with this? I'm going to be like that? And elevate your own self to be the Salam Elohim, how do you pronounce it?
In the image of
God. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, don't lower yourself. And when you find, and if the other person is like when that dog, oh, how did we make this go? Could you mind going and shutting it down? Just
go
hit it.
High.
Just go high to like 100.
Guys, we're in LA. It's nice and hot and
really hot. We're a heat wave. Okay, so
even
just
though
turn
New York has a bigger heat wave.
So the thing is that you have, in that thing, it could be very easy that you make yourself into that person, but the strength that it takes to just say, I'm not going there. Get a journal, try and think of what can I do when I get to that place? First of all, if you're the one who gets to that place and starts again, that's easier to control than if someone else is doing it to you. Your husband's doing it to you. He's like, well, I told you that. And he's not letting go. If he's not letting go, it makes it 10 times harder for you to not let go. It took that duck 2 seconds to come off the floor and start barking again. If you can figure out in your mind, make a plan. What am I going to do? When we get there, when we get to that place, it usually happens when Sunday mornings when he's late. It usually happens, lighting candles and he's not in and whatever. And we get to that place, wherever it is, try and think ahead and plan. What am I going to do? How am I going to manage this so it doesn't go like that? What am I going to do? Who am I going to be? So it could be you just work on it yourself, and when you feel that, you're just like, I'm going to zip my lip. When I have peace, there's going to be blessing from God himself. He's going to pour blessing into my house if I just hold my lip and don't say a thing. And it's a guarantee. This is not my great idea. This is a guarantee. You hold your lip. Now, does that mean you're a doormat? Absolutely not. It means you're strong. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean you don't get a say. It means later you can say, that incident this morning, I was kind of upset. I didn't like the way we handled it. I don't, maybe it's the way I didn't like the way you handled it. Okay, but take off the boxing glove. Okay, this is not, you're not right. You want to bring him in like this and say, that conversation this morning, I wasn't so happy with how it went. Maybe when we have that kind of conflict, what do you think about the idea of us saying, you know what, guys, time out. Hey, sweetheart, let's take a time out. We're both, can you imagine if the dog had, and the other guy turned around and said, let's take a time out.
Yeah.
Right? If that puppy had said, like, oh, then the person who's on that dog that was on the bed would have been able to snap out of it. It says that when we're angry, we become a different person. We become not ourselves. We're like a stranger to ourselves, okay? So if the one person in that room, have this be a rule with your family, whenever we get into that kind of tension, we're going to say, let's take a time out. Now, maybe there'll be abuse of that, and a guy will always, let's take a time out. You never want to talk with anything? I can never have a conversation with you? You always say time out. That's better than growling at each other, okay? And eventually, you'll say, you always take a time out. When do we ever, okay, if we have a time out, if someone calls a time out, it means within the next 24 hours, we have to have a sit down, a talk, and have a one-on-one talk about ironing it out. But the point is, ladies, let's have a plan. When I watch that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks like people's houses.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's what
my problem, Leah, is that I almost feel that we'll get into an altercation and and then we'll be like, okay, we know we need to separate, right? But I will totally be like whispering under my breath and be like, and he sees that
steam is coming out your ear.
I'm still talking, and I'm still like, and he's like, oh, what?
Right.
And I'm like, I can't, because there's so much brewing that I can't
There's levels. There's the get-to place that we're trying to get to, which is like handling it well, and those dogs, that's called not handling it well, okay? So you have that, right? And we have where we want to get to, which is like, I'm not really happy at the moment, but we'll just deal with it later, whatever. There's that. And you're at a place where you aren't acting like those dogs, God forbid, like that. You aren't acting like that, but you're also not really giving, you can't jump out of yourself.
Correct. I can't shut down that.
The emotions.
Yeah, the emotions. Exactly.
Right. Would a walk help? It may not be practical.
Wait. If I send him for a walk?
Maybe a martini would help. No, I didn't say that.
A very long walk off a short cliff.
Pier.
No,
that's right. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, you gotta experiment. You gotta. This doesn't work because your eyes are right behind the thing. We gotta figure out. I know.
Because this chair is too low.
Oh, is that? Oh, you have the other low. Okay, we gotta put that one back. Okay. So, anyways, the thing is that this is good. So the thing is that it is to have a plan. Okay. Like if you have a plan, and I'll give you a couple of ideas.
Okay.
So conflict, you're right, you're at each other. Now, number one, you can have a keyword. I'm upset, time out. You know what? I need space. I don't take it personally. And if he is taking it personally, then at a time when you're not in a conflict, say, I want to talk to you about something. Sometimes I get so riled up and then I'm in my head and I'm like those two dogs, and all I need really is a couple of minutes, or maybe I need 5 minutes, or maybe I need an hour, or 2 days, or 3 days, or a week's vacation, whatever. No, I just need like a few, sometimes to collect myself and come back to myself.
Right.
People have short tempers sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes all the time. We're all working on it. We're trying to work to be the kind of person who doesn't fly off the handle. That's our job. That's our job is, I was born that way. Yeah, we were all born like little babies, like, I want my milk, I want whatever, right? That's how we are. As we grow, as we mature, as we gain more self-mastery, as we see the payoff for having self-mastery, we work on this, and then we don't fly off the handle. That's the get-to place, okay? But meanwhile, you said to your husband, listen, I'm really trying to work on not being like that dog, and we're really working on it, okay? In the meanwhile, I think maybe I'd like to try this. Please bear with me. I'd like to say timeout. Or I'd like to say, I need to go for a walk. Or I'd like to say, do you mind not talking for
Right.
a few
Right.
minutes?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, can
Yeah.
you use a little
Yeah.
duct tape, please?
Can I offer
Whatever.
you my duct tape?
Like I just need space.
Right.
And what you'll find is when you're granted that space and when you take that control of the situation and of yourself and gain
Right.
self-mastery in that, you grow stronger. That muscle gets stronger and stronger.
stronger.
So if you know that that's available to you, then you won't flare up as much because you'll know that I have an out. I have a plan. I have a plan of how I'm going to deal with it. So that's all I wanted to share today.
Okay.
Any other
Love
questions?
it. No,
Anybody?
that
Okay.
was-
Thank you
yeah,
everybody
you're
for
gonna
joining us. We're having a great summer. Our
Yes.
our season is going to start in the fall. We can't wait to see you all.
Yeah,
It's Leah
exactly.
Richeimer for the
Fall
Ladies Talk
season.
Show. We'll see you next week.